Okay, we're actually recording now. So my name is Eric Johnson. I'm the creator of Teamzy. I want to welcome you to the webinar. I'm very excited that you guys are here with me tonight. Tonight's topic is how to slay your Beachbody business in less than an hour a day. And I love that word slay because it's just kind of like, you know, it's like the old hero slaying knights. And the thing about what I'm going to teach you guys tonight is I am going to teach you things that are really easy and fun to do. Okay, especially when you have a tool like Teamzy really helping you and guiding you. But they're the things that people just don't do consistently. And as I show you guys how to use this tool and just kind of how to approach your day, you're going to be amazed at the momentum you build in your business. So a couple things off the bat before I jump in and start showing you around Teamzy. I just want to give you guys a couple of things that are my heart and that are the heart of this program. Teamzy is built on relationships. It's all about relationships. We call it relational versus transactional approach. What we mean by that is we're not just looking to make sales. We're looking to make relationships. We're looking to make friends. We're looking to create ongoing long-term relationships with people. Okay, and I'm going to show you how we do that and how fun that is. Because a relationship is much more valuable than a sale. Sure, it could turn into a sale, but it could also turn into thousands of sales for you guys. So we'll go through that as we go. So it's about relationships. Okay, the other thing is that when we're using a program like this to reach out to people, our goal is to connect, not again to recruit them or make a sale or send them a cold invite. We're reaching out with the goal and the sole purpose of making someone's day, right? And I want to talk to you guys about the make someone's day mindset. So important that our focus is on them. Our focus is on helping people. Our focus is on making their day, helping them to smile, and then finding a way to serve them. And guys, if you do this enough, there will be plenty of opportunities to serve them with your Beachbody business. More than enough, okay? So we're going to explain that as we go. Now, one more thing I want to say about Teamzy before we get started is some of you guys are here because you heard there's this cool new tracking tool. And this always gets me because, yeah, Teamzy will track for you, but I don't want you to think of it as a tracking tool, okay? Because tracking is just looking in the rearview mirror, right? It's just looking in the rearview mirror, which, you know, you do need to check the rearview mirror every once in a while to make sure you're on track, but I want you driving forward. Teamzy is not a tracking platform. It's a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system. It's actually designed to help you generate leads on a daily basis. Now, one more thing I want to say about this before we get going, because I want you to know what I mean by a lead generation, because a lot of people have a different definition of that. I define lead generation really simply. You ready? It's meeting new people and deepening existing relationships. That's lead generation, meeting new people and deepening existing relationships. Okay, so that's probably enough. I could give you guys hours of training on those things, and if you come to some webinars in the future, we'll go deeper into some of those topics. Tonight, though, I want to show you how to slay your business in less than an hour a day. So let's go ahead and jump to Teamzy. Okay, great. Oh, wait, one more thing I want to say to you guys before we get started. If you look at the bottom of the screen, there's a Q&A button. At the end of my presentation, I'm going to teach for about 25 minutes. At the end of my presentation, I'm going to do Q&A. Anything that you want to ask, I will stay until I do all the questions, okay? The record, we had 196 questions one time. We went through all of them, so we'll do a Q&A. So if you have a question, just click that Q&A button, and you can start logging questions at any point during the presentation. Okay. So now we're looking at my Teamzy dashboard. The first thing I want to do is set this up, okay? So I want to make sure, well, some of you guys, I'm guessing that all of you guys are already using Teamzy, but if you're not using Teamzy yet, please go to teamzy.com and sign up for a free trial. Okay, it's 30 days free. You don't need a credit card, anything like that. Start using the free trial now. Okay, you're gonna love it. All right, so let me show you how to set it up when you get in there. Some of you guys have already set yours up, but I'm gonna go through it quickly because you might have missed some of this. So when you start, you're in a setup wizard. I can launch it again from this little wheel. Looks like this, and it just makes setting up Teamzy super easy, okay? Now, those of you guys who think I'm some sort of tech wizard, I'm really not. Honestly, like I can draw on a whiteboard and that's it. I have partners who are geniuses who can turn it into software. Okay, so for me to be able to use this, it has to be really easy. So we made this really simple. So the setup wizard takes you through 3 steps. The first one is we're going to set an income goal, and then Teamzy is going to take that goal and kind of in the background, it's going to figure out what we need to do every day to achieve it, which is pretty awesome. Then we're going to create a powerful why so that well, let's just make it easy. So you won't quit. You need a why so you won't quit. And then we're going to get all your contacts into Teamzy, get your whole list in there and start working it. Okay? There's little videos on each page which help you. So the first thing we'll do is set an income goal. Just put a number in the box. Don't overthink this, okay? I put $150,000. Great. We'll continue. Now, if you're already a superstar coach and your income is way beyond that, what I want you to do is put the goal in this box for the personal production you will initiate this year, okay? All right. So now what it's done is it's taken that number, 150,000, and it's crunched the numbers in the background, and it's telling me that I need to make 4,348 connects over the next year. That means I need to connect with that many people in order to hit my goal, okay? And it seems like a lot, but as I go to the next page, it breaks it down for me, because when you have to eat an elephant, do you guys know how to do it? If you have to eat an elephant, you do it 1 bite at a time. So this breaks down that huge number, 4,348, into 3 groups: prospects, customers, coaches. Okay, now look, I know some of you organizational freaks, the ones that love your Excel spreadsheets, have 15 categories, but I'm telling you, simpler is better. So coaches, that's your team, right? Customers, those are your customers and your leads from Beachbody. Prospects, that's everybody that you know or could be meeting that's not already a customer or coach for you or somebody else. Okay? Simple. We keep it super simple. All right, and then what we're going to do here is break it down yearly, monthly, weekly, daily. Okay? So that huge number now breaks down to this. Connect with 9 prospects every day, 6 customers, 4 coaches on my team. Not bad, right? And then I've got my minimum goal of 3 invites and 3 ads. Now you can change any of these. If you're a brand new coach and you don't have any coaches, you can make that 0 for now, and you can come back and change it at any time, okay? I'll show you where to do that later as we go. So once all these numbers are where you want them and you're comfortable with them, click continue, and now it sets those goals into your dashboard, and your dashboard is now set up for that daily target. Make sense? Okay, well, let me take a sip. Okay, the next piece here is finding your why. This is so important. This is so important. Okay, why do we care about finding your why in Teamzy? Here's why. We actually want you to be successful. That's the whole idea. We have a passion for helping people be successful. Some of you guys know my background. My background comes from business coaching, helping people build their business, finding balance in their lives for my entire grown-up life. That's what I've done. That's where my passion is. This is just a new way to help more people, right? So we want you to be successful. And here's the cold hard truth, guys. 50%, 1 out of every 2 Beachbody coaches quits within the first 12 months. Okay, and here's what I will tell you. That's normal. Every single one of you, myself included, are quitters. You guys have quit lots of things in your life. You're quitters. Now, don't be offended by that. That's just kind of part of our, that's just the way we are. Here's one piece I will guarantee you. I will guarantee you that there will be moments where this is really hard. Being a coach is very hard for you, and you're going to want to quit. Or life throws curveballs at you, and you're going to feel like, oh, I need to cut this out. That I guarantee will happen. Those moments, we call them quitting points. Quitting points are natural, and they're promised. Now, here's the difference. Why are some people successful? Why are you seeing people stand up at Super Saturday that have been a coach for 3 years that are already, making $500,000 a year in this business? You know who I'm talking about. You've seen them, guys. You've seen them. Those people are successful because they know why they're doing this. And if you want to be successful, you need to figure out why you are doing this. Because the only thing that will help you push through a quitting point is a reason why. The why has to be bigger than that issue. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Teamzy. What we did was we kind of digested all of the great trainings on finding your why, and we built it right into the setup wizard so to make it easy for you. So you come in here, and there's like a journaling exercise in here which just lead you through the thinking process of discovering your why. Because you may not know it right now, which is fine, but you need to figure it out, guys. So just go through these and answer them for yourself. Why'd you become a coach? Okay, why? Why'd you do it? What did you hope to accomplish by doing that? And I'll take you through real quick through my process. So I became a coach because I had done P90X. I lost like 60 pounds and everybody was asking me about it. My wife was like, you should be a coach and just at least sell them the program. So I became a coach. What did you hope to accomplish? I thought, well, if I could make an extra $500 a month, that'd be awesome. Why is that important to you? Well, at the time, it was important to me because we hadn't saved any money in a long time. I had been laid off during the recession. I managed to find work. Luckily, by the grace of God, I was never out of work, but we never got ahead. We were just kind of holding serve. And we hadn't saved in ages. So to make $500 a month was game-changing for us. It would have been awesome. What would achieving this mean for you and your family? See how I'm kind of thinking my way through this? So at this point, I thought to myself, well, you know, that'd be kind of cool if we saved, then we could maybe buy a new house someday, right? Because we keep having kids and we're in this house, small house, lots of kids type thing. So what would achieving this mean for your family? We thought about that. And then I got to this next question. Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? And I kind of got frustrated with this, you know, because at this point I felt like I was doing some weird hippy dippy, navel lint examining exercise, and I got irritated. And I did what a lot of times I'll do when I need to clear my head. I take my dog Everest for a walk, and I realized I really didn't care about the house. I mean, the house to me was more of a symptom of the fact that I felt like my family life just wasn't where it needed to be. I didn't really care about a new house. But what I realized by going through this process was that the coaching opportunity was a chance for me to change the paradigm in my family. It was a chance for me to create a new life, kind that I want, which brought me to my why statement. The last box here is my why statement. So the thinking brings you to, it clarifies your thinking, all these different questions, so that you can create your own why statement. Here's mine: to create a life where I'd never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family, and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. Keyword daily. I'm healthy and full of energy. This was kind of a pipe dream when I wrote it. Now it's my life. Okay, 10 months later, it's my life now. So I really encourage you guys, don't skip this. Don't look at this page and go, I don't need to do that, whatever. Here's the thing, you just got to own it. Own the fact that you're a quitter unless you know why you're not. Does that make sense? So, okay, next thing. Get your why in there, and when you save it, that last box, it will be on your dashboard. Every day when you do your power hour, you're going to look at that statement, and it's going to kick you in the butt and get your power hour done for you, okay? Next step here, the third piece, we're going to get our contacts loaded in. Okay, this is so easy. There's little videos here that show you how to do it. First thing you're going to do is go to the back office, coach office. You're going to import your coaches, okay? I recommend personally sponsored coaches, though you could go a couple levels deep if you'd like, okay? And then you're going to do your customers. Get your customer list imported into Teamzy. All right, and then after you do those two, you're going to go to Facebook and you're going to get all your Facebook friends into Teamzy. And if that's all you did, you have a great starting point. But also, if you have lists anywhere else, you know, Gmail, your iPhone, whatever, anywhere else where you have contacts that you want to import them, you can import those from a CSV file. Okay, and so there's instructions on how to do this. It's super, super, super easy. Okay. In fact, I'll show you. I'll import my Facebook friends because I already did the download today. So on the next page is the import. I'll show you guys how to do this. So there's my Facebook folder. I want to go to my HTML video. Don't worry about all these. All these are in that little video, you guys. All these little steps on how to find this, but there it is. I'll show you how fast it is. Okay, so look, it's got my, I don't know, I have 1,600 or so friends at this moment. So it's a pretty decent sized file. It's already uploaded. I can also do an advanced import option. By toggling that, I can tag them. So I can put tags on them. I always tag my Facebook friends. I like to tag my imports so I know where the people come from. If they're coming from Instagram, I want to tag them Instagram. If they're coming from LinkedIn, I want to tag them LinkedIn. That way, when I'm communicating with them, I know where I found them. Does that make sense? Okay. So check out how fast this is. It's already ready to go. And look at how fast it creates those contacts. I mean, it is like, I don't know if any of you ever played with a CRM, but none of them are this fast. It's amazing. Blows my mind every time. Okay, great. So look, all those people are now contacted. The next step for setup is ranking. The next step is ranking. Okay, let me just look at you guys for a second, because this is really important. The reason why we rank our contacts in Teamzy is because of this principle. When you're building relationships, you need to spend the most time with the best people. You need to spend the most time with the best people. Why is this so important? Let's say you have 2,000 people on your list. You don't have time to talk to all of them, so you need to prioritize some of them. But if you don't prioritize them first, what happens is, instead of spending the most time with the best people, I mean your favorite people and the people most likely to move your business forward, that's what I mean by best. If you don't prioritize them first, the turkeys will steal your time. You know the people I'm talking about. The ones that have you talking to the roof of your car as you drive away. They will steal your time. You guys have heard that term, that squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? Well, listen, the squeaky wheel doesn't get the grease in this system. The squeaky wheel waits until you've taken care of your best people first. Okay? You're still going to provide excellent service for people, but you need to prioritize your relationships first so that you can actually prioritize your time. Does that make sense? So we have a very simple way of doing this. We give them a ranking. Okay? We give them a ranking, just like you're ranking a Netflix or something on Amazon. 5 stars is awesome, 1 star kind of sucks. It's that easy, right? So let me show you what the ranks are. And then the rankings determine how often you connect with these people. Connect, is that a word? No, connect. All right. So 5-star person, this is someone most likely to become a customer or coach, or an existing customer or coach that's a rock star, right? These are your hottest people. And these are people that you're going to connect with every 30 days. Okay, they're going to be brought, Teamz is going to bring them up automatically every 30 days. A 4-star person, this is someone who's likely to become a customer or coach with a little bit of nurturing, okay? Or they're an existing customer or coach who's a consistent performer. These are your warm people. You're going to connect with them every 60 days, okay, every 60 days. And then 3 stars. This is someone who you just really don't know with a 3-star. They could go either way. They could become a customer or coach in the future. They might not be interested, right? Basically, everybody is a 3 until you know differently. In fact, when you import your list, they're all going to be 3s to begin with. Everyone will be 3s to begin with. So a 3 is going to come up every 90 days. The vast majority of your list, guys, will be 3s. Don't. Some of you are like, I'm going to have 500 5s. There's no way. There's no way. If you have 16 5s, you're doing great. Okay? Because connecting with somebody every single month, not follow-ups, that's different. I'm going to talk about follow-ups on this call. Just connecting. Just, hey, man, how's it going? That's very often. Okay, so 3 stars, most people will be 3 stars. That's 90 days. 2 stars, now it's 4 months, 120 days. Okay? And then 1 stars, they're on your list, but they're not coming up to connect. Like, they're just people you're saving their contact info for whatever reason. Okay? So that's the rankings. Now let me show you how to do it. This is rank mode. Look, I just want to toggle it off so you can see this is your normal list. We're on the team page. This is where your whole list lives. Okay? And when you're in rank mode, you can just go through and click people however you want. Just go down your list, bang, 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 click, 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 click. Okay, some of you guys are overwhelmed by this. Remember, they're already 3s, so you don't have to, and the majority of your list will be 3s, which means you just kind of scan through here and you look for your best people and you want to promote them up to 5s and 4s. Does that make sense? Okay, so don't get too overwhelmed by this. All right, let's go to the dashboard now. Now we're gonna crush our power hour. Now, remember what our topic is, how to slay your business in less than an hour a day. So we set it up. Now it's all set up. You don't have to do that ever again. The cool thing about Teamzy is when you wake up, let's say you do your power hour in the morning. I do it like 4:30 in the morning. That's when I do it. Some of you know you've got messages for me at 4:30 in the morning. I wake up and my computer is, I have a Mac and my computer is automatically programmed to turn itself on and be ready for me at 4:15. You know, you like have set your sleep timer. So my computer is on, internet is connected at 4:15. I come to my computer and it's ready to go. I go to my Teamzy dashboard and I don't have to think about anything. I don't have to plan anything. It just tells me the next person to connect with. And this is what's so amazing, is because if you want to crush your business, you need to be connecting with people. That's the most important thing to do. If you sold 15 challenge packs today and you didn't reach out and connect to new prospects, you did not work on your business today. Okay, now let's just pretend I woke up, I'm coming to my computer, and I'm ready to rock my power hour. So here's my dashboard. Remember, my goal was 9 prospects. You can see I've already done a few, so I'm almost done with that. 6 customers. See there, I've got 0 done, 6 left. My goal is to turn these circles solid. And then 4 coaches, right? Invites and ads. And then here's my dailies. Did I post on social today? Did I do my PD? I did everything today, actually. I was a really good boy. So I want to check those off. So now I'm going to come down here. This is my who's up next. This is where I do my power hour. There's 4 lists: prospects, customers, coaches, and follow-ups. Okay? Go from left to right in that order. It's the best way to do it. This shows me who it is, and this is where I interact with them. Now check this out. The first person on my list is Ed. I typically use Facebook to message people, and if they're Facebook friends, that's where I go. I mean, I'll use text or other methods if I need to, but mostly I use Facebook. So I'm going to go to Facebook and look up Ed. There it is. There he is. Okay, great. All right, so we're going to send Ed a message. Now, before I message him, let me go back to Teamzy, because check this out. If I'm not sure what to say to Ed, I go here to scripts. Check this out, you guys. You guys are going to love this. This is awesome. Click on scripts, right? And I'm going to send a Facebook message. So now I put all my scripts in here for you guys, and you can also save your own scripts, which is awesome. So they're here at your fingertips. So look, I'm going to use Connect One, right? And it says, "Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day's awesome." I'm going to copy that script. Okay. And I think that even copies, but I'm just going to do that to be safe. Okay. Now check this out. I'm going to go back to Facebook to message Ed. I'm just going to paste that script that I got from Teamzy and change the name. Bam. How easy was that? Wasn't that so easy? So, "Hi, Ed, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day's awesome." Simple. The goal is just to connect with him. Make him smile. Wow, that was nice to hear from him, right? Now, I'm hoping we'll have a conversation, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to go to the next person. So watch this. I'm going to log it in Teamzy. I copied the message and just pasted it in. Okay, and that was a Facebook message. So I just want to log everything. When I log the connect, he's gone. Next person on my list comes up. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to look up Tarnisha. Okay. Tarnisha. Okay, great. Here's Tarnisha. Check it out. You ready? Same message. Just paste it again. Change the name. How many people do you think you can reach out to in a day? Okay, so here's the thing, guys. I could do this 9 times in a row and you could see it. You guys can now see why I can do 20 people in 30 minutes a day. Now what I'm going to do is, so now I've logged that, right? Now it's solid. So now I'm going to move over to customers and I'm going to work through my customers list. You guys, those of you guys who are using it probably have already seen the response is amazing. I would say the typical response rate to sending a message like that is about 50%, which is like 500 times better than sending emails. If you guys are trying, if you guys are doing like the drip email campaign stuff, I mean, what's your response rate on that, right? But when you're messaging people, the response rate is awesome. And then you can have a conversation with them. So what's the goal when I connect? The goal is, some of you are like, well, he just pastes the same message 9 times in a row and then moves to the next list. Yes, because guess what happens? They're like, oh, that was nice. I'm doing great, Eric. How are you? And this is where your training comes in. You have a conversation now. You form them. You catch up. You find out what's going on. And remember the goal. What was the goal? Make someone stay. How can I make this person stay? Sometimes that first message makes their day. Oh, that was so nice of you. But maybe they need something. Maybe they need a friend, a laugh. Maybe they need a shoulder to cry on. Maybe they need someone to pray with them today. Maybe they need a new dentist. I don't know, and you know a great dentist. Find a way to help them today, right? And as the conversation progresses, it's going to come back to what you're doing. And you're going to tell them. They're going to say, I've been watching you on Facebook. You're so inspiring. You go, yeah, it's been so much fun helping people get fit, healthy, right? You guys see where this conversation goes? You take that conversation, and I'll explain to you guys a little bit later how to create follow-ups and invites out of that conversation. All right, let's get back in. Now that you know what we're talking about, let's do some customers. Now we're going to click over to the next list, which are customers. Check this out. If I want to go into scripts again, Teamzy already knows that it's a customer. How cool is that? And it changes the scripts. So you got some cool scripts like this one. Freddie, you're doing great in the group. You must be feeling pretty good about the progress you're making. I'm starting to promote my next group now. And before it fills up, I want to ask you if there's anyone you care about that might like to join it. Right? I mean, these scripts are in here for you guys. You can copy them. But it's really important, guys, that you reach out to customers. And it drives me nuts that so many coaches just leave their customers behind and go on to the next one. That's so transactional. That's so transactional. And I want you guys to think of transactional as a cuss word, like a bad word, like the kind of word that you slap your kids for saying. You can't treat people like that. You are their coach. And here's the thing I will tell you guys, and you know this. Somebody does a challenge group with you and they get great results, and then they don't continue doing it. What happens? They go right back, right? Sometimes worse. You got to stay in touch with people. You're their coach. You owe it to them to help them create this lifestyle. Okay? Set the expectation with people that, hey, you know, you're doing great on this one. You should start planning when you're going to do the next challenge group. If not next month, maybe the month after. You should probably plan on doing at least 4 challenge groups with me a year now. Right? It's so great. And then people continue to buy programs and they get engaged. Guess what? They become coaches too. But guys, here's the other reason why you should be in touch with people is they will cancel their Shakeology after 6-7 months. If they don't hear from you, almost all of them will. You need to stay in touch. Keep educating them. Keep explaining to them why it's so great for them and their family, right? Keep working with them. And you don't have to spend a lot of time just messaging them. Teamzy's going to bring them up. You're going to send them messages. You know, hey, it's Eric. Just want to see if there's anything I can do to make your day-to-day. How are you? Okay. The last reason that I don't have a lot of time to go into tonight, I have a training coming up. When is that next training? Okay, well, we'll be posting it soon on our Facebook. It's coming up in a couple weeks, I think. I'm doing a full 1-hour webinar on exactly this topic, which is how to duplicate, how to multiply your current customers. Because the hottest source of a new lead is a current customer. There's no social media class you can take. There's no landing page, drip campaign. There's nothing that does better for generating new customers than current customers. This is true in any business, guys. They are using the product, getting results, they're super fired up, and they're already talking about it to everybody. I will teach you how to convert those conversations they're having into new members of your team on that next webinar. But you need to be in touch with customers or none of that magic happens, okay? Super important. And then after you get all your customers done, you've sent your connects out to them, now you're gonna connect with coaches on your team. That's why it's called Teamzy. It's about your team. It's about connecting with your team. And here's the thing I will tell you guys about this. Being on a weekly Zoom call with your team is not enough to have a relationship with them. Having a Facebook group just for them is not enough to have a personal relationship. They need to hear from you one-on-one from time to time. Send them a text, send them a message, check in on them, send them some love. It means the world. When I talk to people about how much it would mean to hear from their coach, sometimes they get choked up and teary-eyed. It means everything, guys. As you become more successful, it becomes easier to justify the fact that you don't have time to talk to those people. That's why we built Teamzy. Now you have time. You're organized. It'll take you 1 second. Do it. Do it. Make someone's day. And why not make someone's day that trusted you enough to join your business? Right? All right. So you get the point. Look. I could do those prospects, customers, and coaches in 20 minutes. Boom, 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 boom. In my case, it's about 20 people a day. How much would your business change if you connected with 20 people every day with the mindset to make their day? What would happen in your business? It's crazy. Okay, so here's the thing I will tell you is when you're doing this, people are going to start responding, and I just encourage you guys to go all the way through before you start responding to people. Finish your power hour first, okay? Because you can go off on a rabbit trail talking to people. So when I get my prospects, my customers, and my coaches done, then I'm going to work my follow-ups list. Now, guys, let me show you how this follow-ups list works. This is so cool. So in the very beginning, we messaged Ed. Remember we messaged Ed? By the way, Ed's messaging me back. Do you guys see that at the top of my screen? It says Ed messaged you. That's how quick people respond. Okay? Now, let's just assume Ed messages me back and we have a great conversation. We go back and forth a little bit. How are you doing? What are you up to? How's life, right? We get reconnected. I find ways to help him, give him a tip here and there, give him some value. And he says, you know, Eric, I've been watching you, and I think I'm ready to really make a change in my life too. I said, great. Let's get on the phone, Ed. You know, right now we're all messaging. Let's get on the phone and talk a little bit about your goals, and I can recommend a program to you. He says, great. So we'll get Ed on a phone call, right? Now I'm going to get Ed on the phone call. I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to take notes. I'm going to find out what he wants to achieve, and I'm going to give him a recommendation to a program and a challenge pack, right? Okay, so picture all that happened because of that first connect. Now, let me show you how to set the follow-up. This is so key, you guys. And some of you guys have seen me present, you know how important follow-ups are and how passionate I am about it. So what I'll do is after all that conversation happens, I'm gonna look up Ed. There he is. When I look him up, it brings me to his contact record. Okay, so I'm on the phone with Ed and I say, okay, Ed, here's the deal. I think that I'm going to recommend to you 21-day fix. I'm going to send over to you an email that has all the information on the program, information on the challenge group that's upcoming, and it has the link that you're going to order your challenge back from. That's coming in a second to your email, and I will check in with you tomorrow, see if you have any questions. Okay, you guys with me so far? So now I'm going to actually log that connect. So sometimes I just put a note. You don't have to paste in the whole message every time. You just put a note, okay? This was via email. Now, one thing that's going to be huge here, see where it says invite? Is this connect an invite? Yes, this is an invite now. I'm inviting him to purchase. I'm inviting him to my challenge group. You guys with me? So what was started with a, hey, hope you're having a great day, is now turning into a specific invite. And so now I have to select my type. In this case, it's a challenge group invite. Great. But before I log this, I need to set a follow-up. Do you guys remember when I told Ed I would follow up? Tomorrow. I know I can't hear you. It's just me talking to my screen. Tomorrow. So I'm going to set that for tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to set that for tomorrow, and I'm going to log the connect. So now the invite's logged, and notice that it has a follow-up set for tomorrow. Okay? Now check this out. When I'm on my dashboard, the cool thing is once I set the follow-up, I don't have to think about it anymore. I'm not going to forget. It's on my list. So tomorrow I go prospects, customers, coaches. When I get to follow-ups, there he is, right there. Boom, he's on my list. So tomorrow when I get to my follow-up list, I'm going to come to Ed and I'm going to follow up. Now, guys, you saw how easy to set the follow-up. Let me just talk to you for a second about follow-ups. Because, did you guys know this? 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. I'll say it again so you can write it down and share it with your teams. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. So, how many of you guys follow up 10 times on the invite? Anyone? So, probably no one. I mean, when I do Zoom calls with 100 people, I might get 5 hands that say, yeah, I follow up 10 times. Most people don't. And I think there's two reasons. Two reasons they don't follow up. One, they just don't have a cool system like Teamzy that makes it easy. People fall through the cracks after 2 or 3 follow-ups. But I think the bigger reason is you feel like you're bugging people. You feel like you're nagging people. Okay, so I'm going to show you now how to do it like a pro 10 times. But you need to shift your mindset right now. Because following up with somebody isn't nagging them. Now, when it's all about you and it's all about I need the sale and I want you to buy and I want you to buy, I want you to buy, yeah, that's a pain in the ass. But that's not how we're working. It's about them. It's about making their day. It's about helping them change their life. And in the context of how we're approaching this, Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. Failing to follow up is just telling them you don't care about them. Failing to follow up is telling them you don't care about them, while following up is an act of love. You guys getting this? Okay, let me tell you, I'm going to give you a dialogue for that first follow-up that sets the tone. Okay, are you ready? This is what I put every time on that first follow-up. So I talked to Ed. I told him I'd check in with him tomorrow. So tomorrow comes and I'm going to send him a message. And this is my message. Are you ready? Hey, Ed, just checking in like I said I would, or like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Hey, Ed, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Simple, 2 sentences, right? Here's what happened. I told him I'd follow up tomorrow, and I did. I just put a deposit in his trust account. But the words I used, following up like I promised I would. Wow, it's more than just like, like this is meaningful. And it is meaningful. We've talked about his goals to change his life, and I promised to help him. Right? You guys with me? Do you see how important it is to follow up? Now, here's the thing that's really cool. Let me go back to Teamz to show you how easy this is. I know that some of you guys struggle with following up, even after I tell you it's about love, and you're like, yeah, Eric, yeah. And then you go to following up, and you're like on follow-up 4, and you're starting to feel like you're nagging again. Here's how easy I've made this for you. You go to scripts, right? Look at this. Follow-up 1. Boom. There's my follow-up I just gave to you. Copy the script. Could this be any easier, you guys? Look at that. Boom. Change the name to Ed. Of course, you're going to send it to him on Facebook first. I'm not actually following up with him, right? So you get the idea. All right. So when I follow up, I set my next follow-up. Always set the next follow-up. Guess what I'm going to set it for? Tomorrow again. Boom. Okay, tomorrow when I do my prospects, customers, coaches, I'm coming back. I see Ed on my list. I'm going to go again to my scripts. Check this out. I'm going to go back. Now I'm going to pull follow-up number 2. Except I'm going to change it to Ed. Hey, Ed, just making sure you got my email. Check and see if you have any questions. Send. Okay? Scripts. Next day, 3rd day. So, again, set your follow-up to tomorrow again. So 3 days in a row. The 3rd day, I'm going to come in here again. I made this so easy by giving you all my scripts. Follow-up 3. 3rd one is I'm excited about the goals we discussed. Can't wait to get started. Set the follow-up for tomorrow. I want you to do 4 in a row. 4 days in a row every single day. But you can see why these are just easy messages, right? They're nice messages. They're easy to send. 4th one. Hi, Jane. Just staying in touch so I can help you achieve your goals. Okay, so guys, I want to explain to you what's happening. What's happening right here, well, first of all, how many of you guys have ever had somebody that's so excited to do it? Yeah, send me everything. I'm going to buy it tonight. I can't wait to do it. And then you do, and you don't hear from them, right? I mean, would you agree that that's more common than not? Yeah, it is. But here's the thing I want you guys to know. That's normal. Don't get frustrated by it. Just be like, man, we're in the game now. Okay? Because your coaching doesn't begin when they buy the challenge pack. Your coaching begins to get them to buy the challenge pack. Because what happens is they're on the phone with you, they're talking to you, and they're excited. And then they hang up, and they get back into their normal life, their normal routine, their unhealthy habits, their unhealthy friends and family. And what they talked about with you starts sounding like a lot of work. And even though they're meaning well and they want to do it, subconsciously they start avoiding it. Subconsciously. When they get that little message from you every day, there's just that moment of, oh yeah, that's right. I got to do that with her. Okay? And what will happen is they may not respond to you. In fact, I wouldn't expect them to respond to you until like the 6th or 7th follow-up. I'm just telling you guys right now, this is why people don't get sales, because they stop at 3. But what will happen is, so after maybe 4 days in a row, you might go to every 2 days, right, for a little while, and then you might back off more if you don't hear from them. But what will happen is between the 5th and the 7th follow-up, you'll get this. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for following up with me. You are so awesome. You are amazing. You'll get a comment like that. It's crazy. And some of you guys who are on here, put it in the comments if that's you, if that's happened to you, because people need to see that it's not just me that happens to. People are so impressed by your follow-up and your level of care, because it just doesn't exist anywhere. People are going to think you are the most organized, on top of it person on the planet, especially when you're connecting with them regularly through Teamzy, and then your follow-ups are like on point. I've made this so easy for you guys. We put all those dialogues in there. If you like different dialogues, create them and save them so they're there for you to grab, so that you can be so efficient. You guys, your power hour with Teamzy should only take a half an hour. That leaves you time to go post on social media and do your other stuff. But you can, in 30 minutes a day, you can make 20 people's day and work your follow-up list. It's huge. It's huge. All right, so I'm going to actually start doing Q&A now. So guys, put your questions in the Q&A, and I'll start answering them. I'm just going to look real quick at the chat before I do that. And if you had a question in chat, just put it back in the Q&A so that I can double check it. Okay. So I'm going to start doing these. You guys ready? Deb Shaffron says, I have a customer who created a second account. Hold on a second. With a different email address. She now shows up in my contacts as 2 contacts. How can I merge them? Okay, Deb, there's no way to merge yet. So just delete the one you don't need. That's what I would do. Or you can copy over that second email address, just delete one. So you're just going to have to delete one. There's a little trash can. So easy to delete somebody. Let me show you guys. So if you're on your team, which is your list, you see this little trash can? Boom, that's how you delete somebody. It's super easy. If you're on the dashboard and you want to delete somebody, I'm not going to delete you, Lauren, but there it is right there. Okay, you just drop it down. Okay. Michelle says, are scripts available on the mobile site, only desktop? Michelle, they're only available on desktop right now. The work is underway to put them on mobile. Okay, it's just going to take a little bit longer, but we didn't want to hold off on releasing them, so they'll be there soon. Deborah asked the same question. I know you guys want them there. I do too. What does the upgraded version provide that the free version doesn't? There is no difference, Kelsey. You get it free for 30 days, and then after that, you pay for it. Is there a way to log your invites? Yes, absolutely. And that's what I was showing you guys. When you do a connect, let me show you. You log an invite as a connect, okay? And then you just check this box, the little invite box right there, and you select what type it is. Okay, and then when you log it, it will log that as an invite. It will also be a connect because you connect with people when you invite them. Okay. Deb says, can you re-upload your contacts list if you forgot to tag the group initially? Will it merge the information and the tag to the existing trail of communication in their file? Yes. How cool is that? Yes. Like, let's say you want to go back and re-upload your Facebook list. What it'll do is it will only add new contacts to your list that aren't already in Teamzy, but it will put the tag on everybody on your list, which is pretty cool. It's kind of a cool way to actually put tags on a group, is to do imports like that. Okay. Dahlia says, how do I change my income goal? Okay, this is great. Great question. So when you're on the dashboard, you're going to go right here where it says edit daily goals. And that's going to jump you right into that income goal in the setup wizard. So you can change your goal and then hit continue. Okay, and continue again to the breakdown page. This is where you can change the breakdown if you want. So if you want to update any of these, you do them here. And when you click continue, that saves it. So now you can skip. You can save and exit and go back to your dashboard. Okay? All right. Let me see here. Let me delete that one. Done. Aubrey says, I was reading through the privacy clause and want to make sure I'm reading it correctly. Does Teamzy sell info to third parties, or is the contact info we are adding, including all of our contacts, protected? Thank you for asking that question, Aubrey. We would never sell any data to anyone because that would put us out of business, right? That would violate our trust. And this business is based on trust. Relationships are based on trust. So if any of you guys have not read the privacy policy, this is what it basically says. The data you put in Teamzy is your property. We are giving you a place to put it and to manage it, but it belongs to you. It's walled off from everybody else with top of the line security and encryption. Only you have access to it. The only thing that it will tell you is that our customer service team will occasionally have access to your account in order to help you with a customer service issue. Okay, so I'm glad you asked that, Aubrey. Thank you. Kim says, how often do you have to re-import your contacts? Like if you had a new Facebook friend, then does Teamzy import them automatically or no? Boy, that would be great. But no, Facebook doesn't play with anybody but Facebook. So here's the best thing to do, Kim. When you get a new contact, you click this add contact button right here. I'll show you how quick it is. There, I'm adding you, Kim. So now I've added Kim, and I can tag her. You better send me a Facebook friend request that this is true. Right? I'm guessing you're a coach, Kim, if you're on this. Okay, so you can tag her up, whatever. I can also set a follow-up with her for tomorrow so I can connect with her when I add somebody. So it's really fast to add people. Like when you're getting Facebook friends, you want to be, I recommend you just do it this way, or even leads from Beachbody, you get a couple at a time. Now, the other reason I want to do them that way is because, see, look, now I'm starting to fill in my ad circle, and that's one of my daily activities I want to do every day. Okay, now, if you fall behind and you've now got 50 new Facebook friends and you haven't put them in Teamzy, you can do a full import again and import them in. But definitely I recommend keeping up with it daily if you can. Someone mentioned using hashtags in regards to Teamzy. Any idea what that's about? Well, first of all, you should be hashtagging us in your social posts just because you love us and you want to talk about us. Probably what they mean is tags. And what the tags are is, so this is kind of cool. So if I go into like Lauren, for example, and I go to details, you can see I've got her tagged as a Facebook friend, right? And I can add other tags there. I should put coach there because she is mega coach, right? So any tags that I want there. Now check this out. When I go to my team list, which is where my team page, which is where all my lists are, I've got a bunch of lists here. I've got my all, which is everybody, prospects, right? So I can see my entire prospects list, my customers, my coaches. Okay, you can see that entire list. And then I've got my follow-ups list, the whole follow-ups list there, okay? And then tags, check this out. So look, here's my, if I go into like my Facebook friends and click that, that's that list, right? If I wanna see like who's doing 21-day fix, like I can go in there and I can just have that list. Also, you can do things like challenge group. Right? So this was a January challenge group. This was everybody that was in that group. So tags are super awesome. In fact, my partners are telling me I need to do a full hour training on tags, which I'm going to do probably in the next few weeks. I'll do one on just tags. But one of the things you can do with this, which is so cool, is, you know, if like this is a challenge group, I can come through this challenge group once a week and message everybody in the group and not be worried about whether or not they're coming on my dashboard. I can just hit this group, if that makes sense. Also, you can put things like who's on HD. Just you can use tags for everything. Also, like veterans, you know, put all your veterans and tag them so that you can send them a special message on Veterans Day, that kind of stuff. Okay. So I can't seem to make my why statement change. Okay, Mary, great. I'm going to click right here. This is how you edit your why. I'm going to click right there, my why. The important piece, Mary, is this last box. This last box is the one you need to change, okay? Everything else doesn't matter as far as what goes on the dashboard. You need to put stuff in here. See, watch this, right? All right, so now I hit continue. I'm gonna save and exit. Look at my why statement has that gibberish now that I just put in there. See, it works. Okay. How often should you re-import customers from Team Beachbody or Facebook? Eric asks. Like I said, Eric, I really try to put them in individually as I go. But you know, every once in a while, if you feel like you've missed people, then that's when you do it. Does that make sense? If you feel like there's people you missed, that's when you do it. The main reason why I like to put them in individually is so I can set a follow-up with them. If they're a new contact, I want to make sure I message them right away. Does that make sense? And not wait for them to come up on my dashboard. So I want to get that initial message out. Great, Michelle had the exact same question. Mary says, when you talk about customers, I'm assuming you're talking about paying customers. So skip this step if you don't have paying customers yet. Yes, Mary, right. So by customers, I mean people who have ordered from you, are currently ordering from you, or leads you got from Beachbody. The reason why we call those customers is because Beachbody calls them customers and puts them on your customer list. So just we keep it the same way. Aubrey says, where do I find the Teamzy mobile app? I use an Android. Is it available for Androids? So it is available because it's not an app. It is a mobile web page, just like Coach Mobile. Okay, and so you just go to teamzy.com on, you're an Android, so it'll be on Chrome. It'll be on Safari if you have an iPhone. And once you get to the login page, you want to save it to your desktop, your home screen. Save it to your home screen, so it's always there. So just something I'm going to give you guys a tip on this when you're using the mobile, because it is awesome. Okay. So let me make my screen bigger because you're looking at a tiny little screen. Okay, look. So here's my iPhone. You can see the Teamzy logo right there. So I click it, and it's going to bring me to my login page. Okay. So I'm there. You can't see it. Let me turn it a little so you can see. There's my login page. So they just changed the OS on iPhone, so I actually have to push the autofill password button. It used to keep it there, but I want to keep that safe so I never have to type it again, right? But here's the thing I want you guys to know. So I'm signed in. There's my Teamzy dashboard, right? And I can do all kinds of stuff there. So if I'm going to send somebody a message, a text message or a Facebook message on iPhone, and I know you can do a similar thing on Android, you double-click the home screen to toggle between apps. What you don't want to do is go back to your home screen and press the Teamzy button every time. This is just a little tip for you guys, because then it's going to make you log in every time. It's going to drive you insane, drive you crazy. Okay, so make sure you're doing the toggle between apps just like you do everything else. But it's so fast because you can toggle back and forth. You can text people, you can send them messages, you can send them emails, and your phone makes it so easy. Okay. Diane says, how do you log your new friends? We did that. Lacey says, how much is it after the free 30 days? Perfect, perfect question. After the first 30 days, it's $29.99 a month, okay? So it's actually less than the commission on one HD sale, which is pretty awesome. So use it free for 30 days, and you get one sale. You'll get more than that, please, if you're using it. And that sale, because it's on auto, home direct, it's gonna pay for your Teamzy forever. Okay, so it's totally done. But you guys are business owners. You need to make investments in your business that will help you leverage your time. Okay, because how much is your time worth? If you are a full-time mom or you have a full-time job and you've only got a couple hours a day, you can't spend that whole time planning and figuring it out and twiddling your thumbs. You need something like this you can jump on and make some stuff happen. Okay. Julie says, if you re-upload your list from Facebook to update your list, will it add people you had previously deleted on purpose? No, it actually will suppress the deleted people too. Okay, so her question was, if you've deleted people and then you re-upload, Facebook will put the deleted people back. No, it will not. It checks against your deletes as well. So if you deleted somebody and now you want them back, you have to go and hit the add contact button and add them in manually, okay? Okay, Giancarlo, what a cool name. Giancarlo Morelli. Sounds like a count, right? Okay, sorry. When entering my Y, the bottom box is grayed out with a standard response and my Y doesn't save. Okay, so that standard response is just sample text. Go back, click the my Y. You got to go back. Let me go back and show you one more time. You got to type over. You got to type over that text that's there and click this continue button. Okay, type over the sample text and click this continue button. That's all you need to do, Giancarlo. Okay. Patricia says, can you sign up for a second free trial if you did not use the first trial? Patricia, do you see that I had to call you Patricia because I just talked to Giancarlo? I can't help it. Patricia, why didn't you use it, girl? Send a message to the help desk and we'll see what we can do. It's right down here, the help button, boom, right there, okay? Justin says, do you host Teamzy on Linux? Well, that is definitely somebody who is technical. I don't even know what that means. Teamzy is, here's what I can tell you. I know this much, Justin. Teamzy is hosted on the Microsoft Azure platform, securely by Microsoft. Does that help? I don't know if that answers your question. Okay, where can we find the recording post-meeting? One of my coaches couldn't get on. Aubrey asked that. We're gonna post it on Facebook, on our Facebook page, but also you guys will get it emailed to you in like 2 days if you were on this call. Carrie says, do you only add people that have accepted your friend request or also just ones you send out? That's really up to you, Carrie. Personally, I add them when we're friends, but it's up to you. And you could actually create a list, you tag them and say request sent. It could be a list called request sent. And then when they accept it, you could look them up and change their tag to Facebook friend. Just something you could do. Okay. Mary says, can you make up your own tags? Yeah, you make up your own tags. Mine came up because I'd already used them. Once you use a tag once, it autofills it so you don't have to type it again. So cool. Okay. That's the part I can't make change. She must be talking about her. If you guys, like if any of the stuff I'm showing you, you're not able to get it to work, just send a help desk ticket. It's probably to do with your computer or your browser. So definitely, okay, here's the thing I will tell you guys. Definitely clear the cache in your browser. So you go to history and you clear history, okay? Especially if you use Google Chrome, especially if you use Google Chrome, because Google Chrome's cache gets chunked up with everything because they track everything that you do so they can serve you ads, and it gets really chunky. So definitely be clearing your cache often on Google Chrome. And then the other tip I will tell you guys is make sure you have the newer version of your browser. Like if you're using Chrome or using Firefox or using Safari, make sure you have the newest version. Eric said same with, say, Twitter, Instagram, or other social medias. I don't remember what the original question was. It sounds like he's following up to. So Eric, ask that question again so that I understand what you're asking me. Sharon says, do you have any idea how or if Teamzy works with Streak? Or would I use Teamzy instead of Streak? That's a great question, Sharon. I'll just tell you my opinion. Streak is an email-based platform, right? And so email is just the least effective form of communication there is. I mean, it's great to communicate with people that are already engaged, but it's, as far as a lead generating platform, it's, your return is very small. Now, it shouldn't mean, that's not that you shouldn't do email marketing. It's just, you know, you can get 50, 60% response rate using Facebook Messenger, and you get like 2 or 3% response rate from emails. So that's my first thing. But the other thing is just, you know, I try to set up Streak. It's totally overwhelming trying to figure out how to set it up for me. So that was my thing. Now, some of the things that Streak does, we are looking at maybe incorporating some of them philosophically into Teamzy, but again, it's got to be really, really, really easy to use. So my guess is you'll probably like Teamzy better, but I'll leave that up to you to decide. Christy says, when you log a follow-up, does it also log as a connect for the day in the circle? Yes, it does. It absolutely does, Christy. So that's why you should do your connects first, so that when you go over your 100%, you know that you earned it with new connects. Okay. Justin says, you missed my question. I was curious because you brought up security and Linux is more secure. Is Teamzy hosted on Linux or Windows servers? I don't know the question. I don't know the answer to that, Justin. Why don't you do me a favor, send a help desk to get through, and I'll have the development team answer that. I know that the security is top rate. I know that the security is top rate. That's all I know. Okay. Mary says tax deductible, right? Absolutely. Guys, you're business owners. This is a business tool, 100% tax deductible. Absolutely. Lacey says, thank you. Well worth it by the sounds of it. Yes, I believe it is. And so do many, many, many other people. Agree with you. Is there a way to import my LinkedIn connections? Absolutely. LinkedIn, super easy to import. You go to LinkedIn. How many questions do I have left? 4? Okay, I'll show you real quick. You ready? You got to get to LinkedIn first. There's Facebook. Hold on a second. I'm having slow internet. Let's try it again. Let's try it this way. There we go. All right, check this out. So let's see if I remember how to do this. I think it's you go to, is it connections? So nah, you gotta remember how to do it. No, it's not here. Oh, it's interest. You go to groups. Pretty sure it's here. I don't remember. I'm sorry. It's super easy. Here's what you do. This is exactly what I would do to teach you how to do it. Delia, Google, how do I export my LinkedIn connections? Just Google that. There's like 5 steps. Okay, it'll be super easy. And then it creates a file that Teamzy will import, no problem. Okay. Julie says this was awesome. Oh, thanks, Julie. You're awesome. Michelle says, I think the why statement has to be done on the computer and not your phone. Oh, yeah. Is that what it is? You guys were on your phone? That's the problem. You need to do setup on a computer. You got to do setup on a computer for a couple of reasons. Most importantly, you can't import contacts from a phone. You have to, because phones don't handle files the same way. Same thing with iPads. They don't handle files the same way as a computer. So you got to do it on a computer. If you don't have a computer, go to the library, borrow one, whatever, just to do setup. Okay, Eric says, is it the same for adding contacts into Teamzy from, say, Twitter, Instagram, other social media platform, one at a time as you meet them, or is there a bulk upload option? Okay, that's what I thought you might have been asking. Thanks for clarifying that, Eric. Okay, so here's the deal with this, guys. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, none of those guys do bulk export. They don't do a bulk export, which means you can't do a bulk import if you can't get a bulk export. However, you can create like a spreadsheet, okay, you can create like a spreadsheet. How funny, you guys, you know that I've been sharing my screen with you, or thought I was, for like the last 20 minutes, but my sharing screen wasn't on, so you haven't been seeing any of the stuff I've been showing you. Sorry about that. That's crazy. All right. So what I was gonna say is you can create a spreadsheet where you put like first name, last name, Instagram handle, or whatever contact information you're getting from those Twitter handle, whatever it is, and then you save that as a CSV and you can bulk import it. That is a great task for like an idle teenager you have in your life, to put those together for like your Instagram page or whatever. Or you can just put them in as you go. Okay. That's so funny that I've been thinking I was sharing my screen and I wasn't. Jamie says, what about duplicate contacts when you re-import from Facebook? It does not duplicate contacts. However, this is important because a lot of you ladies put your maiden name on your Facebook page and you don't put it on when you go into Team Beachbody. So Teamzy's like, that must be a new person because it's a different name. So in those situations, you may see a duplicate. So if you're going down your list and it's like, wait a second, that's one of my diamond coaches, but she's on prospects. Oh, but I see she has her nickname and her maiden name. That's probably just a blank Facebook dupe. You just delete it, okay? All right, but the people that you've already duplicated from Facebook will not duplicate it, will not import again. Okay, Jennifer asked basically the same thing. So when you get a duplicate, the only reason that they will duplicate is if their name is different or if they're using a different email address. So those are the 2 things that it checks against. So if you get a duplicate, you just delete the one you don't need. Lana says, where's this been all my life? This will really advance my business 1,000-fold. I'm terrible at setting and staying on track in power hours. I'm pumped to start using this, finishing out the year strong. You're right. And this, guys, is the season for this business. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? From Halloween through New Year's is the season. People think this is the slow time. Are you kidding me? This is the best time. You get people right now, if you're connecting with people right now, you guys, your challenge groups are going to be through the roof full. Alicia says, can you go back and make a change to connect? Absolutely. Let me actually share my screen this time. So sorry about that, you guys. So when you look somebody up, let's say Ed, because he's our guy today, and you click on activity feed, that's where you see our conversations. You can go in and edit. Okay. You can edit the notes here. You can, oh, it was actually an invite. I need to change that. That was an invite, right? So now I've changed it to an invite. Does that make sense? Or I can just delete it. Okay, great. Jennifer says, I just started my free trial last week and this webinar was so helpful. I'm definitely investing in this now. Thank you. You're welcome, Jennifer. I'm glad it was helpful. And we're going to do webinar every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, wherever. You can constantly learn. We'll have some fun, okay? Anonymous says, ooh, Anonymous. Uh-oh, we got to be careful because we have Justin worrying about Linux, and now we've got Anonymous coming in. Aren't they a hacker group, right? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so how do you handle message responses? If I message a prospect today as a connect and they respond right away, how or when do I respond in regards to the prompts with Teamzy, and how should it be logged in Teamzy? Great question. Okay, let me give you guys some tips on this because you can do this however you want, but I'm going to give you some tips on this. First of all, finish your power hour minimum before answering, or you won't ever get through your power hour. You want to get all your bullets out. You want to get all of your little love notes out first, okay? The other thing that I would do though is if you don't have a lot of business going right now, you're going to be tempted to just respond whenever they come through. And I have to admit, I do that a lot too because I love talking to people. But if you're busy and you have a really high demands on your time, you may want to set specific times that you message back with people. Luckily, the times that people are really good about messaging back and forth tend to be times that are easier for us, like in the evenings after dinner, right? Like 8, 9 o'clock at night is when people message me a lot because they're probably just hanging out, right? So it's up to you, but you know, when you do 20 contacts in the morning, you'll have conversations all day long. So, you know, if you have time in the day, block a few times when you can be getting back to people on messages, if that makes sense. As you get busier, it will be more important for you to actually schedule time to communicate with people. You'll schedule a time to send the first connect, and then you'll schedule a time to have those conversations. Now, the other thing that I want to tell you too is, I think you asked me, how do you log those? I don't recommend you log every back and forth in Teamzy. It's not important for you to do that. That's tracking in the rear view, okay? So you don't need to log every back and forth. You just need to log that you made a connect, keep them on their cycle. If you get them on your follow-up list, you're logging follow-ups because now you're on a follow-up thing. If you want at some point, you can paste in that whole conversation back into that original connect, but there's really no need to do that because you've got the message, you know, it's like in messengers, in your text, whatever, that conversation's there. So when you get the prompt from Teamzy to reach out to this person, first thing you're gonna see is that whole conversation. Does that make sense? So I don't want you to get bogged down in logging and copying and pasting. I want you focused on connecting. All right, so where did my questions go? Here we go. Justin says, what if you have 2 people that have the exact same name? Great, well, you should put a note like in parentheses next to their name, right? This is Bob Smith from rugby. Just put parentheses next to their name so you know which one's what. Dahlia says, thank you so much. Love this program. Awesome. Alicia says, awesome. Loving Teamzy. I love you too. David Coggin says, how many contacts do I have? I don't know. Oh, you want to know how many contacts you have? I'll show you how to do that real quick. So when you go to your team page, right, and you click on all, if you look right over here, you can see how many people are on your list. Right there, bam. And then each list will give you that number. So like my prospects list is 1,400, my coaches list is 179, right? Customers, 102. With me? Okay. Christina says, sorry if I missed this earlier, but assuming since this is about building my business, I should delete my friends who are currently coaches or friends who are customers of other coaches. Well, Christina, you should probably delete some of them, but the ones that you just want to have a great relationship with, leave them in there because Teamzy will help you build that relationship. There's a lot of reasons why you should have other coaches on your list still, even if they're not on your team, because they're accountability partners, they're support, they're mentors, right? And they're people that you want to connect with regularly. So I wouldn't throw them out just because they can't like specifically put money in your business, but they can enrich you in other ways. Okay. Giancarlo says, gotta run. Fantastic, Eric. Excellent pronunciation on my name. Parlo Italiano. No, I don't speak Italian, sorry. I do speak Spanish, so maybe that lends it in a little bit. But I lived in Boston and Philadelphia. I've been around a lot of Italians. Mary says, coaches. Do you mean personally sponsored coaches or coaches on your team? Actually, you can keep, let me show you guys one last thing for anybody that's left. So look, if I go to a coach, I have 3 choices: personally sponsored, downline, or fellow team coach, right? So you can categorize people different ways. You can keep, you know, like just a friend, you can keep them on your list, but categorize them as fellow team coach. Okay, that's all the questions, guys. It was awesome. Hey, we went a little bit over an hour, but that's okay. I enjoyed being here with you guys. I hope it was helpful. I hope you learned a lot. I really hope you guys just really wear out Teamzy during your free trial. I want to see you guys get huge results, huge results. Make sure you get a success partner with you to help hold you accountable. You guys can take screen grabs of your Teamzy dashboard every day and text it to each other. It's going to help so much. I want to hear stories from you guys. I've already heard stories of people, 10 coaches recruited 40 SC points in their free trial period. I want that to be you. Okay? And we hope, our goal is to serve you and help you grow. We hope that you will stick with us and give us that opportunity. Thank you guys so much. Have an awesome night.